Welcome to the first vlog of 2021, or I like to say 2020 Extended Edition. Ugh. I really hate the lighting in here. The room lighting, the ceiling light, we need to fix that. Oh yeah. That looks way better. Looks great. Okay, well, today we have not too much of a busy day in the office today. I've been missing making studio vlogs. I made a few last year and I absolutely loved it. You know, I love making tutorials and sit down talks and all that stuff, but sometimes just you need a little bit of, variety. Variety is the spice of life. So making some vlogs and adding them to the channel, we'll see if it works out. Okay, so we got a couple tasks today. One of them is we need to take a decent amount of product photos for the grid. Now, if you remember seeing one of the videos I posted a couple weeks back talking about how to get a banger grid, products was one of the 5 photos that I post on a consistent basis throughout my grid. Of course, if you haven't seen that video, we'll put it up in the card up at the top. I haven't decided what else we're going to do. I think we might do some cleaning because, well, that's just a mess. It's just disgusting. So I'll clean that up too as well. And then I think we'll sit down, we'll talk about a topic today that will push you and elevate you as a creative. It's also the same one thing that will hold you back and not progress you further in this craft or career choice that you've decided on. All right. Okay, so what we need to do first is get this camera mounted on that rig right there. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right. Look how tiny this package is. It's just so tiny. Okay. Now we're gonna mount it. Okay. We got our overhead camera set, ready to go. Okay. All right, so first things first, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get some shots of these knives right here. This is sort of my kind of small knife collection. Got a few of them. This is one that I carry with me every day. It's a really nice, light, kind of a small pocket knife. Gets the job done. We're gonna set up the scene of how we're gonna photograph these knives, and then we're gonna photograph them. Oh, this is just a mess. Ugh. This is my box of props for product photography. It's stuff I've collected over the years and things that I've used. Got some old bottles and, bag of coffee beans. Actually, we have a massive, huge thing of coffee. An old canteen. I think this is a Boy Scouts use this. I can't remember exactly. Got like a little grate here, which I think is pretty sweet. Used it for a couple photos. Got another metal grate here. Don't know if I've ever used this one. Yeah, you can tell by the sticker there that I got this at Goodwill. Another pro tip with product photography, you don't need to buy super expensive stuff. Go to a place like Goodwill or any kind of thrift store or rummage through your grandparents' garage or what have you. You can find some pretty cool stuff to use as props and textures for product photography. But this video is not about product photography. If you want me to make a dedicated video about product photography and my process, let me know. Bing me, notify me, at me. I don't really care. Just let me know. Woo. It's messy. I think we're going to put that there. What do we got? What do we got? Okay. So while we think about how we want to do this, because I'm a little bit lost, sometimes inspiration just doesn't come right away, we'll sit and talk about the topic that I have in mind. So those of you who know me probably don't know this. I'm not a very confident person. Confidence isn't something that it's not an aura that I just ooze out naturally. At least I don't think so. Now, if I do, correct me if I'm wrong. It's just not something that I naturally gravitate towards. I'm a little bit more on the humble side, especially when it comes to my skills that I have. Skills. I don't know. We're just going to air quote today. You can count them. So I've been doing a lot of thinking on it, and I think it's very important to have this sense of confidence about what you do. Take it from a situation of if you're trying to get a job as a photographer or an artist or any kind of field, doesn't have to just be creative, you are being judged pretty much based off of two factors, and that's usually skill and how you handle your skill. And what I mean by that is, how confident are you in that craft? I mean, you could be someone who is the absolute essence of perfection when it comes to what you do. You could be the best painter in the world, the best, lawyer in the world, the best photographer in the world. No one can match your skill. But if you don't have the foundation and the confidence in your own craft to back it up, well, I think you're going to fall short. At least in my experience, I have fallen short because of my confidence. You know the basics. You know how to take a photo, yet you're just scared to do it. And so, that lack of confidence is built up by this kind of unseen foundation of fear. As you are continuously kind of going down this path of not being confident in what you know and what you do, you are laying that foundation of fear. It won't let you move on. It won't let you be able to grow and be able to move past certain points in your craft. I've found that a lot of times when I've come up short, it's not because I don't have the skill or the mindset or I don't know what I'm doing. It's I don't have the confidence in myself and trusting myself to know that I know what I'm doing and be able to, achieve a goal or finish a task or whatever it is. Something that I really want to do with sort of these office vlogs is I just kind of want to take concepts and just kind of talk about them. Just letting you know how I see things as far as how we look at the creative field from a psychological point of view. I could sit here and make tutorials all day and teach you how to use a camera and teach you how to use the programs and things like that, but it's only half of this field, this skill, this whatever it is. It's just 50% of it. The other 50% is your mind, is the psychological, the emotional side behind it. It's not enough to just pick up a camera and know how to dial in the settings, but what got you to that point of wanting to pick up the camera? You're wanting to shoot the world, show people how you see the world. You want to help make an experience better for, a bride and groom, or do you like working with families? And the only way that you can help working with families is taking photos. I don't want to diminish at all the psychological aspect of what you do, no matter what it is. It doesn't have to be photography. It could be anything. And so I have to remind myself every day to not only hone my skill and my craft, but also to make sure that I'm operating in the right mindset of, you know what, I know this, I've done this, I know my camera well, I know the settings well, I know how to get the shot. I don't want to allow myself to second guess what I know and then end up coming up short, things like that. Oh, so the dilemma we have here, I don't know if you can see it really well, but my dilemma is I love this little plaque right here. It's like a wine cellar plaque, but the wording on it is, I think, a little too distracting. It's like a burlap bag or pouch or some kind of weird burlap diaper. I really don't know what this is, but I think we're going to cut it and flatten it out and see what we can do with it. Okay. So what we're gonna do is I think I'm going to flip this board around like so, and then we're gonna flip this around. So we stand up. Let's turn on our camera to get the framing correct. And I like the fact that it's not perfect. Like, it's not perfectly flat. To me, I think that just adds texture. This is another textured thing. Wow, this portion of the video is already 16 minutes. That's crazy. You know what? That might work, actually. So if we can see, you can scoot that up just a bit. Let me... you can see that doesn't look too bad. That actually looks pretty cool. Not too distracting. We got the textures in. That looks pretty dope. I actually am pretty impressed with that. Oh. I had the camera too close, and my mic, my dead cat on my mic got into the frame. I remember my first time taking photos. Brilliant. We didn't screw up this time. Okay. So really, in conclusion, I don't want to make this video too terribly long. I'm learning the formula of how I want these kind of office vlogs to go. So bear with me. It might be a little rough as we get through this and see how everything works. But if I can be super encouraging to you, if you have put the time in to really nail down your craft and try to learn as much as you can, and you're constantly going out there and you're learning and you're making and you're repeating the process, you have already established a great foundation of having the skills. Now you just need to take that foundation and build confidence on top of it. And something for me is that I have to constantly tell myself, hey, you got this. You can do it, man. You know what you're doing. You're able to get this shot. And if you're not able to get it, be honest. Just say, hey, listen, I don't really know how I can get this shot, but I will figure it out. And that kind of attitude right there is going to take you far. I promise it's going to take you far. It's taken me far. I'm not just going to tell you something that doesn't apply to myself as well. So hopefully this was encouraging to you. Hopefully this was something that you can just go, okay, yeah, that's something we can work on. I'm working on it with you. I would love to take this step, this process with you as well, because I'm not perfect. I still have so much growing to do, and it excites me to be able to just grow in this. Yeah, again, let me know if this is helpful at all. And if it's not, that's great, you know. But if it is, it's awesome. I would love to continue doing it. Just kind of puking out what I have in my mind into camera. It's super weird sitting in a room by yourself talking to a camera, but I hope it's encouraging. I hope you're able to just move past whatever roadblocks or walls that you have in front of you. And yeah, I'm excited to join this process and enjoy it and walk with you as well. So that's in the vlog. I'll keep talking. I'm going to continue shooting some photos. Be on the lookout. If you haven't followed me, Chris Bazzy on Instagram. Link is down below. Follow me. You'll see some of these photos on there. I'm excited. All right. Peace.